Hello everybody, some would say I'm the Reverse, and welcome to another Arrowverse Week-in-Review. This week we have 3 episodes to review, those being Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, and The Flash. Let's start with Legends of Tomorrow being the first one that aired. This is Season 6, Episode 1, titled Ground Control to Sarah Lance. Let's talk about, what I thought about the episode. So, I haven't been a big fan of Legends for a few seasons now. Of course, seasons 4 and 5 were not very good in my opinion. Based on the trailer for season 6, it looks like it's going to be the same way. But this specific episode, I quite enjoyed. It wasn't as silly and nonsensical as the rest of the season no doubt will be. But, it was really enjoyable. So, obviously, we are getting aliens, as we already knew. And Sarah's been abducted by aliens and stuff. And that's right where this episode, picks up. We got some cool plotlines going on with Sarah on a spaceship with the aliens. She teams up with Spartacus, which was, I really like when Legends goes, like, that kind of wacky, where it's, it's not, like, Bollywood musical, season 4 style. It's, like, they bring in, like, ancient mythological figures from different time periods. I like when it does that. So seeing Spartacus teaming up with Sarah was cool. And then Gary turns out to be on the ship. They put in this, like, twist that Gary is he's an alien. Just out of nowhere, he's an alien, which is weird. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that plot twist. I'm still a little confused, like, what? That doesn't make a lot of sense, just given the context of his character in the show. As a whole, it just doesn't make sense to me. But I don't know how I feel about it. It's a cool plot twist. It obviously wasn't timed at all or planned at all. We also got some other stuff like John and Zari are kind of in a relationship now, full blown, stuff like that. Astra, I don't know if she's going to be staying on Team Legends. I don't know if she's going to remain a legend. It seems like she might. But they're also, they tease that she might just leave and go her own way, which I don't mind. I'm not a huge fan of her character as is. So, yeah. So that's what I think about that. We also got a new member of the team, it seems. I think what's her name? Here, I'll look it up because I completely forgot what her name was. Basically, she was abducted by aliens, so that's why they came to her in the first place. I forgot what her name was. I'm looking it up now. She has like this thing in her head or something. I don't know. But Esperanza Cruz is her name. We knew we'd be getting a new member of the Legends, a new female member. We didn't really know who it was going to be, and I guess this is who it is. So we're getting a new member this season, it seems, with Esperanza Cruz, or maybe that's not who they were talking about, and she's just kind of like a one-off, but we'll see. But yeah, the episode ends with Sarah and Gary trying to come back to, they're trying to escape the alien ship through a wormhole, but then the wormhole closes and they're sent plummeting towards an alien planet. Pretty good episode, definitely better than I was expecting. Let's watch the promo for the next episode, which is titled Meet the Legends. Meat as in, animal meat, it's spelled. So that should be interesting. Let's see what it's about.
What exactly is the plan here?
Find the alien and get it to tell us where Sarah is. Are you getting any readings?
Welcome to Big Bang Burger.
I can feel it. It's hungry.
Where's it coming from?
This sauce is making people crazy.
The sauce is the aliens.
I'm serving alien goo. Ew.
Alright, it looks much more like your average Legends episode. They go back in time, obviously looking for something. Obviously, they have a little twist this season with the aliens, but, this episode looks much more conventional Legends than, the season premiere. So yeah, I guess we know where the meat in the title comes from. It has to do with the food or whatever. The alien is the sauce, or I don't know. It just looks like your average Legends episode, so we'll just see how that plays out. So yeah, I'm not necessarily excited. Again, I haven't been impressed by Legends in a few years, but I'm always open to, see if this show can, come back to its former glory. But, this episode doesn't look too promising in my opinion, but yeah. So yeah, let's move on to this week's Supergirl episode, which was season 6, episode 6. I think it's called Prom Night Again. So yeah, let's watch the episode. Alright, so I watched the episode, and again, I enjoyed it. I've surprisingly been really enjoying this season thus far. The first 4 episodes the first episode tied up the season 5 plotline, and then the next 3 episodes was a kind of Phantom Zone storyline, and then these last 2 episodes being a time travel storyline, and I've really enjoyed this little time travel 2-parter. This episode continues. I think this is probably better than last week's episode. I think the time travel was done pretty well in this episode. Basically, what happens is they screw everything up. Cat Grant or CJ Grant releases the aliens from the little cage that they were put in, and then they just, continue to wreak havoc. They take Kenny hostage, stuff like that. Kara eventually gets outed to the world, and Brainy and Nia have to go back in time a few hours before that. And, they have to pick up after their mistake, their little mess that they made. And they do so by destroying, Kat's. I'm just gonna call her Kat. I'm not gonna call her CJ Grant. They basically destroy her drone, so she can't get this big scoop. So she can't eventually, free the aliens from the ship and stuff like that. And then they tie up all the loose ends by, obviously, excuse me, I'm really tired. They obviously send the aliens away. They get the meteorite and stuff, and all that. And then, of course, we have that scene with Kara and Kenny where she has to go off to college and he has to stay here with Midvale, and that was well acted. I really like the actress that plays young Melissa Benoist, young Kara. She does a really good job, and just kind of playing a young Melissa. She looks so much like Melissa. It's crazy. I could have sworn that was Melissa a few years ago, quite a few years ago actually, but yeah. She just captures Kara perfectly, and yeah, it was a great scene. And then of course, Brainy and Nia, they have some romance going on, they kiss and stuff like that, and they go back to the present, and I'm excited to see, if there's any changes to the timeline because of what they did in the present next episode. I'm excited to see whether or not they can get Kara out of the Phantom Zone next episode, stuff like that. I guess we'll see in the promo. So, yeah, next episode, season 6, episode 7, is titled Fear Not. Let's watch the promo for it.
Your Earth family must be looking for you. We just have to stay alive long enough for them to find us.
It's gonna be dangerous.
As they try to save me, they're all going to die.
I think we have a problem.
Phantoms?
There's no way out.
Alright, so first off, I just want to say, I completely forgot that this was the mid-season finale. It's not coming back until August. Long time away. Like 3 months of a mid-season break. That's crazy. I completely forgot about that. So it's gonna be off the air for a while, then it's coming back. I don't know when the season's gonna end. Sometime in end of the year, maybe even. It's gonna be a long time, but yeah. So next week is the mid-season finale. So we're not gonna be having Supergirl for another 3 months. I think Superman and Lois is gonna finish, and then it's gonna come back. I think so. I don't know. But yeah, let's talk about the contents of the actual episode. So it looks like we're gonna be going back to the Phantom Zone. I don't know if they're gonna save her. Honestly, I don't know if they're gonna end up saving her, or if they're gonna get stuck in there, and that's gonna be the cliffhanger. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Really nothing else to talk about though. Let's move on to The Flash, season 7, episode 8, The People versus Killer Frost. Let's watch the episode. Alright, so yeah, let's talk about that Flash episode. First off, I just want to say that I personally wasn't a huge fan of this episode. I am never really a fan of courtroom episodes. They just don't intrigue me really at all. I liked the one that they did in Arrow season 6 when, spoiler alert if you guys haven't watched Arrow, when the fake Tommy Merlin came in and pulled the hood off, said, "I'm the Green Arrow," stuff like that. I liked that one. But the trial of the Flash from season 4 was fine. This one, wasn't a huge fan of. It just, every one goes the same way. They make a defense, and then the prosecution, they counter it with something strong, and then the judge is like, "Oh, that prosecution's pretty strong," and then our heroes go back, they talk it over. They're like, "Oh no, we're in trouble," and then it ends with somebody getting prosecuted. It's just a formula at this point in the Arrowverse. So yeah, it's nothing special. Not a huge fan of that plot line. Also, Killer Frost is just stupid in this plot line. She's like all for getting life in prison rather than her powers taken away. That seems really weird. She could get like, how long did Cecile say? Maybe 18 months in prison, and then her powers taken away, rather than being in prison for the rest of her life. She's not going to have her powers anyway. I don't know. That's just stupid. I think Frost. I think that was a really stupid writing choice for her character. I guess they were just really trying to find a way to permanently write her off the show or something. I don't know. They could have found a better way to do that. Kristen Kramer, not a fan of her character, and her motivations are a little weird. Her motivations are basically that a bunch of her military personnel that she worked with got killed by a meta who called themselves a hero. But it's a completely different context, because the way she explained it was that they were like fronting as a hero, but they were actually a villain. But Killer Frost was a villain, but then she was reformed and became a hero. She's not pretending to be a hero, she's changed, but I don't know. Just not a fan of this Killer Frost plotline very much. I liked last week's episode. I was a fan of Chillblaine and all that. I liked that. This episode, this plotline, not a huge fan of. As for the Barry and Speed Force plotline, they were tracking down Fuerza, and they found her human counterpart. This plotline was entertaining, to say the least. The main highlight, though, is obviously the end, when the Speed Force goes full evil and just kills the girl, Alexa Rivera, her name was. She's killed her. So I don't know where they're gonna go with this. I don't know if they're gonna portray the Speed Force as actually evil, like some sort of ego from the Guardians of the Galaxy sort of thing, how he was portrayed, or if they are going the, I'm just trying to preserve my life because these other forces are trying to kill me. I don't know which way they're going to go with it. So far, it looks like they're going to be going with the second option. I would honestly prefer if they just had the Speed Force go full evil and just be this crazy villain. I dig it. I dig it if they did that, but I don't know what they're going to be doing. But yeah, it was a really cool ending to the episode. Not enough to salvage the episode, in my opinion. Not a fan of this episode, personally. But that's just me. But, yeah, let's watch the promo for next week's episode, Season 7, Episode 9, titled Timeless. Let's watch it.
She manipulated me just like she's been doing.
Does her life not matter at all?
She's not a person, Iris. I'm supposed to protect lives, not destroy them! This doesn't feel right. I won't help you kill again.
My beautiful boy. You have no choice.
Alright, so yeah, it looks like a pretty good episode. Just based off this promo, it looks like they are going to portray the Speed Force as more of a villain, which like I said, I'm all for. So yeah, other than that, we don't really have any insight as to what is going to be happening in this episode. All I know is based on the synopsis, which I'd already read beforehand. It seems we're going to have Timeless Wells back, which is going to be great. We also have an Iris Team Citizen side story. We have a Cisco side story, as well as Camilla finally coming back, I guess. Not my favorite character on the show, but, you know, she's been gone for a while, so, yeah. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. It looks like a decent episode. Alright, but yeah, also, I have something to say about The Flash. If you guys haven't heard, Carlos Valdez and Tom Cavanaugh are leaving the show after season 7. My thoughts on this, not really surprised at all. Carlos has been on, like, one foot out the door for like 3 years now, it feels like. So I'm not surprised by that. Tom Cavanaugh, you know, it already feels like he's been written off the show when Nash killed himself, and all the kind of wells merged into Timeless Wells or whatever. Who's only showing up, you know, this episode, probably maybe a few other appearances throughout the season. He's just not a series regular anymore. So it already feels like they've kind of been setting this up. It'll obviously be sad to lose both of them. I'm not surprised. But personally, I've not been a fan of Cisco since a few seasons back. He's just not as funny as he used to be. He doesn't have as much to do. I liked Nash. Wasn't a huge fan of Sherlock or season 4 Harry. So, you know, other than Nash, he hasn't been great, you know, for a few seasons. But of course it'll suck to lose them. They've been here since the golden age of the Flash. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. You know, it is kind of sad, but not really surprising at all. Especially because this is season 7. Obviously, if you guys didn't know, all the main cast members signed on to a 7-year contract when the show began. So I'm just surprised that they were the only main cast members that signed off. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. So yeah, overall, very good week for the Arrowverse. Let's rank the episodes. In third place, I'm actually going to have to give it to The Flash. Not a fan of this episode, like I said earlier. I just don't really like courtroom episodes very much. And the other plotline with Barry and the Speed Force, it wasn't great. It did have a really awesome ending, though. Second place, Legends. You know, it wasn't a great episode. It was much different than what I'm used to. Than what we're used to with Legends, especially recently with the past few seasons. And it was a nice opener, and yeah. And then of course, first place goes to Supergirl, again continually surprising me this season. Pretty good actually. Really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed this second part of the two-parter. Yeah, that's it. That's my ranking. So yeah, that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for future episodes of Arrowverse Week-in-Review. By the time this comes up, by the time this is uploaded, Bad Batch episode 2 is only hours away, meaning obviously Friday, obviously tomorrow, we're gonna be having a review for that up. So stay tuned for that if you guys are, fans of Star Wars and stuff like that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.